Hi, I'm Sarah Bruce and welcome to EHI TV, eHealth Insider's essential news on video. Here are our top 3 most read news stories this week. Over the last week, our coverage has been dominated by many of the 700 responses to the Information Revolution consultation submitted to the Department of Health. Our number 3 most read news story this week comes from Intellect's response, which details that the NHS may lack the skills needed to push the revolution forward. The body criticised the National Programme for IT for allowing trusts to get away without making risky IT decisions and therefore leaving them potentially lacking the necessary experience needed to implement the revolution. Our number 2 most read news story this week follows the BCS's response to the consultation, which made some very specific recommendations around the need for all NHS organisations to have electronic patient records in place within the next 5 years. The BCS said that the NHS should follow in the footsteps of America and set up criteria for meaningful use of patient records that's appropriate for the UK. But our number 1 most read news story this week goes back to our old friend, the National Programme for IT, news of which appears to have gone a little quiet recently. MP and member of the Public Accounts Committee, Richard Bacon, has put further pressure on CIO Christine Connolly to answer some serious questions around the value of the National Programme contracts. Basing many of his questions on stories and FOI requests published by eHealth Insider, he questions whether suppliers under ASCC are being given a fair opportunity to compete. He also asked Connolly why deployments of Rio and Cerner outside of the programme appear to cost far less than those within it. Most importantly, though, Bacon calls on Connolly to halt any further agreements with CSC and BT until the National Audit Office has completed its investigation into the contracts. Well, that's all for EHI TV this week, but we'd like to give a huge thank you to all of you who attended our ehi.co.uk launch event on Wednesday night. It was great to see some familiar and some new faces, but just to let you know, I'll be personally searching the CCTV footage for whoever swiped the last 5 EHI branded cupcakes all in one go. You know who you are. I'll see you next